Okay, so for this demo, I'm going to make a scratchboard from scratch. And I have some gesso, and I have an illustration board, and I'm going to put some gesso on top of my illustration board. Then I'll stop this. Okay, so I put 2 light coats of gesso, and I sanded the final coat when it was dry. And now I'm going to put on some ink. In this case, it's going to be FW black ink. And I'm going to go ahead and coat the surface. I'm going to stop it. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and coated the surface of the gesso with the FW ink, and now I'm going to use my X-Acto knife because it has like a sharp pointed blade, and I'm just going to scratch off the areas of the black that I don't need anymore. Like for instance, if I wanted to get this lighter, I just lightly scratch it. I'm scratching away the ink, and if I make a mistake, I have a small brush, and I can come back and just recoat it with the ink. Okay. So basically, you're just working from black to light or dark to light. So if I wanted to have this area, the sky to be on the light side, I would just come back and gently scrape away. Just gently scrape away. And depending on how neat you want it to be, you could be very mechanical and very precise with your scraping away, or if you want to have kind of like an expressionistic feel to your piece, you could be sort of, I wouldn't call it messy, but you could have your line work have a lot of energy to it, which is what I'm doing with this, in this manner. So it's kind of a versatile medium. You can buy scratch boards that are already pre-made for you, and that's kind of convenient. But also, if you wanted to just make your own, which is what I did here, that is another way to work. I kind of like to do it with make it myself, because it just I don't know, it just seems to be like you have more control over the whole thing. And I like to start projects, you know, from the very beginning on my own. So basically, you know, it's going to produce like a high contrast image. You know, you're going to have something with very dark darks, and this scratching off produces some white lines. The white lines are basically, all that is just the scratching away the black ink down to the gesso that I put down earlier. I think in this case I put down 2 coats of gesso, And then once it was dry, then I lightly sanded it. I mean, I didn't really have to do that much sanding. It was fairly smooth because I used a smooth brush, a sable brush, when I applied my gesso. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop it. Okay, so I'm back. You can see like I'm progressing along. I'm scratching away some of the black stuff that I don't need. And I'm going to continue on. I hope this doesn't make any difference with the video or the filming, but I got to move these things around because I can't really see what I'm doing. Once again, I'm just using the X-Acto knife. I've seen at art stores where they have like little styluses that have almost like a nail or a needle point to it. You know, you could buy something like that, but I'm just using this. It seems to work just fine for me. And once again, I try to preserve my lines by scratching away carefully. Okay, then this is going to be the sky. This is all sky right there. So I think with the sky, I could be a little bit more rough with it. I don't have to be so precise, because I kind of like the energy that you get from this expressionistic, scratchy line texture. And you know, it's a lot like pen and ink work. You know, when we were doing the cross hatching to get some values, it's like that, except instead of drawing it, we're scratching it away. Just scratching and scratching. And if you have to, you know, rotate your artwork so that you could get at a better angle, I think that's okay. Rotate it a little, and kind of like this tool because, or this method of working, you get some really fine lines and lots of detail if you wanted to. Okay, I think I'll stop it for now. Okay, so here is the do-it-yourself scratchboard. I like it, so try it. You'll have fun.